Welcome everybody. Welcome to Pressure Crisp. My name is Lisa. Today we're making some vegan vittles. This also can be done with chicken. I'll do a future video on that. You just exchange a few items and that's it. And you can make it with chicken. I prefer chicken thighs, but you can use chicken breast. But today we're going vegan. Yes. Shout out to Slow Kind Adventures, Megan and Tina. Those are kind of the two that I cook for my vegan recipes. Although this recipe I truly love. It's so delicious. So this is just a host of a bunch of ingredients, and yeah, I forgot to tell you what we're making. I found a recipe online, so I can't say this is my recipe, although I did alter it a bit, actually a lot. We're making a coconut chickpea curry. So it's really good. You can control the spice. I tend to add a bit more spice than usual, but you can control that by adding and removing some ingredients, which I'll go over while we're cooking it. So let's just jump right in and start this. This time I'll probably actually write out the recipe for you because I did write it out. So we're going to start off with, we're going to use a half of a red onion. And we're just going to dice it up. If you don't have a red onion, yes, you can use a yellow or a white or whatever you have. Scallions, I don't know if that would work or not. Green onions, I don't know. But we're just going to do a quick dice. Most of this stuff I'm going to prep beforehand before we even start. Sometimes I just go ahead and I'm just trying to prevent anything going on the floor like it usually does. Boom. All right, I'm going to pop over to the Ninja Foodi because I've already peeled my one sweet potato. You can add up to 2 sweet potatoes. I only have 1 in the house. You want to make sure your ceramic bowl is in. Oh, I just pinched my finger. Look. Ow, ow, ow. We're going to go ahead and turn it on. We're going to be using the sear saute function today. We're going to hit start. It defaults to high. We're going to go ahead and keep it on high. This instant blood blister. Ah, hurts. So I'm using some coconut. This is going to be refined coconut, so it doesn't add the coconut flavor to your dish. I'm probably just going to use like a tablespoon of the coconut. It's supposed to be oil, but, well, let's just say it's not. Probably like a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half of coconut oil. I'm going to go ahead and let that melt. And as you can see by the discoloration, I've made this dish quite a bit. Coconut oil is melted. Go ahead and add that red onion. Now, with this being on the high, at least with mine, because I know some of these can actually differ, just give it a quick stir. Now we want to cook these onions, sweat them down for a bit. And I'm going to come back to these. It's taking me longer to do this than if I wasn't filming, so I'm going to hurry this along. You're going to take that sweet potato and you're going to cut it like that. I'm going to take these two because this is nice. Now, the smaller your pieces of sweet potato are, the quicker this dish will cook. So I'm going to try to cube them up like that size so it cooks a bit quicker. And like I said previously, you can add up to 2 sweet potatoes if you want. Like if you're feeding like a larger number of peeps, you can actually add more sweet potatoes to stretch this meal out. And this meal is really, it's kind of like a budget meal too. Sweet potatoes are, inexpensive. Everything that I'm picking up is relatively inexpensive. I'm just running back over to stir these onions real quick. Now, since I have garlic in the house, I'm going to go ahead and use fresh garlic. If you don't have fresh garlic in the house, go ahead and use your powdered or your granulated garlic. So we're going to use 4 good-sized cloves. If you're using smaller cloves, probably like, 6 to 8 of them. And I don't have a mincer. That's one thing I do have to get. I do have one at home. But like I said, it was so hard bringing everything out here. I can't bring everything, so a lot of things I got to do by hand. So, which is not a big deal. So we're just going to chop that up. Just try to chop it as best you can. Get it as small as you can. So there, that's good. Let's go back over to the onions where they burn. They're starting to get like a little brown here, which is okay. You just don't want to burn them. Brown is okay. So I do have my little recipe here, even though I just made it the other day. I got to open a bunch of cans because we're opening 14.5 ounce of diced tomatoes. You're going to have 1 can of garbanzo beans, which is 15.5 ounces, and coconut milk. I'm using regular. I didn't have the light coconut milk in the house. And we got to rinse those garbanzo beans off in a strainer. And I'm having issues with my can opener. There we go. Whew, got nervous. I'm going to have to, my strainer is, I know, somebody left some snarky comment, whatever. I left most of my stuff in the strainer in the trailer. Whatever, man. Oh, yikes. All right, I'm going to grab that garlic. Go ahead and pop that in. I am going to go ahead and turn this down to 4 because I don't want the garlic to burn, because if garlic burns, it's a bit bitter. There we go. I'm going to take, just so it doesn't burn. I usually don't do this, but adding a little bit of the juice from the tomatoes. Woo. All right, next up is all the spices. All right, where's my... This one I got from Sprouts. I am going to check to see if it's on Amazon. This is the Vindaloo curry. It's fantastic. And what I do, I usually just do my hand. That's like a tablespoon and a half of this Vindaloo curry. It's so good. You don't want that to burn. Give it a stir. I'm going to add regular curry powder. Probably like a teaspoon of that. You're going to add turmeric. Oops, that's a bit too much. Like a half to 1 teaspoon of turmeric. Sorry, like I said, I don't want this stuff to burn, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more tomatoes. Woo, I sound rushed, don't I? I just didn't want to burn this dish. I am going to go ahead and add just a splash of garam masala. This one's like super sweet. It's almost like belongs in baked goods. The one I picked up from Simply Organic. A little bit of cumin. Probably like a half a teaspoon of cumin. Give it a stir. I'm going to go ahead and add, because you just want to cook these spices just a bit, because it brings out the fragrance. It really does. I'm going to go ahead and add the tomatoes just to give me a bit of time. All right, probably like a teaspoon of kosher salt. Black pepper, half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon. Give it all a stir. Oh yeah, this is fantastic. Ooh, this is going to be good. I'm going to go ahead and add the chopped up sweet potato. All right, in goes the 1 can of garbanzos. Give it a good stir. Oh, you guys could smell my kitchen right now. This is amazing. Go ahead and add the look at this. This is like solid. Oopsies. Well, the top was solid. Whoopsie-doopsies. Get all that good coconut milk out of there. Now this is like, coconut milk is high in calories, so usually I get the light. I must have picked up the wrong one. But coconut milk's actually good for you. We're going to let this simmer probably like 20-25 minutes, but I like to check it. It all depends on the size of your potatoes and how fast it cooks. And this is going to be delicious. I already can smell it. Let me get a cover for this, and we're going to cover it and let it simmer. I am going to keep track because I don't want it to simmer too fast or too slow. Now, if you leave it on 5, simmers too high. It's almost like a boil. So, put your lid on. Oh, you know what I forgot? Yeah, let me go get those. I like to add, I'm going to show you. Whoa, that's a bit much. Probably like a half. I would go, that's simmering a bit too fast. I say probably like a half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. If this is not spicy enough for you, go ahead and add like a teaspoon or more. So this is coming together nicely. I'm going to turn it down to 3. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. We're using the sear saute function to cook this dinner, which it's amazing. It's super, super good. Honest to goodness. I am going to take a little bit of liquid so I can taste for seasoning. Woo! Got that spice at the end. That is really good. Oh my God, that's good. Now, cleanup time, and I'm going to see you guys probably in 20 minutes. Okay, everybody. I did turn it down to 2 because even the 3, it was simmering way too fast. Now 2 might be too low, but it's just probably going to take longer because it's been cooking for 24 minutes so far. I am going to take this potato out and give it a taste. Oops. Good thing I have to clean the floor later. Yeah, all right. Seasoning. No, I don't think it's done. Mm-mm. Woo. I hate to toot my own horn, which I never really do. This is really good. I'm gonna let this cook for about probably like 5 more minutes. All right, so it's been 5 more minutes. So I'm gonna take out, just to make sure, let me take out this guy right here. So make sure the potatoes are done. Because if they're not done, it won't be tasty. This takes much longer than cooking it on the stovetop, just an FYI. All right. We are going to mark this as done. So this took a total of like 33 minutes to cook, to saute on this. I started off on 5, then I turned it down to 4, then it was on 3. It was simmering. I don't know. I just thought it was too quick. You can, however, leave it on 3. It'll cook much quicker. I wasn't in a hurry, so I just turned it down to 2 on sear saute, and it took 33 minutes. You're going to take some spinach. Now, I'm not going to add too much because this is baby spinach. I'm not going to add too much because I need this bag for another recipe today. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some spinach. Just fold it in. Pardon me. And it will cook with the heat that's left in the pan. Also, like what I like to add too is the juice of 1 lime. If you add some cilantro, you go ahead and add some cilantro to this as well. There. Spectacular. Yeah, I wish I had more spinach. I didn't think when I was at the store to pick up more spinach. Definitely add like a whole handful, like 1 to 2 cups if you want, of spinach to this dish. I just think it makes it look really nice and gives it a bit more nutrition, which is fabulous. Okay, taste test time. I just started the rice and I'm too lazy to wait for the rice, but this bowl is like full of the coconut curry, hold on. The coconut chickpea curry, or you can call it curried coconut whatever. It's really good. It's very healthy for you. I will be doing 2 follow-up videos with this same recipe. I'm going to be putting chicken in one, and then I'm also going to try it with tofu. Haven't tried it with tofu. I have tried it with the chicken. This is actually better with the chickpeas. I'm just for my taste buds, but I will make it with the chicken just so you can see how it comes out. But here's a close-up of it. It's super, my mouth's watering. I'm so happy I have this for lunch this week. All right, let's get sweet potatoes, spinach. We're getting a little bit of everything in here. It's still steaming a bit. This is so good. Now, another thing I like to do, when this cools, woo, spicy. When this cools, this gravy, I guess you want to call it the liquid part, we're going to call it a gravy. This gravy, it actually thickens up. So what I do, let me show you what I do. I take these wraps and I actually fill it with that because it's really, really thick. Put it in a wrap and I put it in a frying pan and heat it. So it's almost like a chickpea burrito. That's just an idea. Like if you don't have naan bread in the house, like I don't have any naan bread because I didn't pick any up at Sprouts. Actually, I haven't even looked to see if they have it. Trader Joe's has naan bread. You can actually, instead of you eating it with rice, sometimes I just throw a couple of these in the microwave, or if I'm camping, I throw it right on the propane stove. And I actually eat that dish by scooping it up with this wrapper, and it's really, really good. So, thanks everybody for watching, and stay tuned for more vids. Thanks everybody. Bye.